What's up, YouTube? This your boy Bigboysnackajonnytv, and tonight I'll go on my WWE Raw review and highlights. So if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe to my channel for more wrestling content. Follow my socials down below in the description. Then let's get started. Now, Monday Night Raw was a boring show, and I'll give it a 3 out of 10. Alright, then, now, forever together, the WWE video leads us to the show. And Monday Night Raw was live in North Carolina PNC Arena. The commentaries were Michael Cole and Pat McAfee. Okay, then now forever together. The WWE video leads us into the show. We see clip we see a clip from earlier during the day of Cody Rhodes arriving to the arena with his dog Pharaoh. Live in the arena, Jay Uso music hits, and now he comes to a big pop from the crowd. Michael Cole mentioned how first it was Brett and Owen, after that Matt and Jeff, and now for only the third time, we will get a brother against brother match. Okay, Jay Uso welcomes everyone to the show. He says he knows the Bloodline are in the building and how they roll. He asks where Jimmy is at, and he sees Jimmy and Solo walking through the crowd, and they jump the barricade and get in the ring. A loud Yee chant from the crowd filled the arena. Jimmy and Jay are face to face in the middle of the ring. And speaking of that, why is Jimmy Uso staring at Jay Uso's chest really hard? Somebody tell me that down below in the comment section. A loud Uso chant from the crowd. Jay Uso tells Jimmy Uso this feels a little different, regardless of the bad blood. He missed him. Jay Uso tells him that he doesn't talk to him, ride with him, or see him anymore. He tells Jimmy Uso to come back to him. Jimmy Uso tells him he never left him. He protected him. He tells Jay Uso it was Jay Uso's idea to leave the bloodline and he helped him because he is his brother. He leaves and Jay Uso goes on to become the biggest superstar on Raw roster, the top merchandise seller, and becomes the tag team champion without him. And he thanks Cody Rhodes. Jimmy Uso tells Jay Uso that he forgot him and everything Jay Uso accomplished is because of Jimmy Uso himself. And I'm just curious about that. I remember at last year's WrestleMania, Jimmy Uso kicked Roman Reigns in the face. So he super kicked Roman Reigns in the face last year's WrestleMania. And so did Jay Uso too. I just want to put that out there. Anyway, let me continue. He tells Jey Uso that the biggest moment of his career is because of him. Jey Uso tells him the biggest moment of his career is going to be his dream match at WrestleMania 40. Him against Jimmy Uso when he knocks the heat off his you know what. Jey Uso hits Jimmy Uso with a right hand. Solo Sikoa gets on the ring apron and Jey Uso knocks him down. Jimmy Uso hits Jey Uso with a super kick and in comes Solo Sikoa who holds Jey Uso. Jimmy Uso grabs Jey Uso and outruns Cody Rhodes. Um, Jimmy Uso leaves the ring and Cody Rhodes knocks him down. He gets in the ring and Solo goes for a right hand, but right hand Cody Rhodes ducks and hits him with a Cody cutter. Solo Sikoa and Jimmy Uso are on the outside of the ring, and Cody Rhodes checks on Jey Uso with Jey Uso's music playing. Okay, that was a alright segment for me. It was just alright for what it was. Michael Cole talks about Becky Lynch against Nia Jax in the main event tonight in a last woman standing match. Alright, let's move on. So we go to commercial break. Adam Pearce is backstage talking on the phone with Nick Aldis, and comes Paul Heyman, who apologized to Adam Pearce. He says that was not authorized by the final boss, The Rock, or the tribal chief, Roman Reigns. He says there have been fights delay all day. Even a private like his was delayed. He tells him that they are already gone from the night. He has Roman Reigns' word. He tells Adam Pearce he is here on official business and he will be gone. But when he does his official business, everyone is going to get caught off guard. He tells Adam Pearce that is not a prediction, that's a spoiler. Paul Heyman walks away while calling Roman Reigns. Okay, winner goes to WrestleMania 40. DIY versus the Creed Brothers. This was a good tag team match. The bell rings. We are underway. Ciampa and Julius starts the match, and both men with wrestling takedowns. Julius with a headlock, but Ciampa gets to his feet. A takedown by Julius, and he gets the ankle lock on Ciampa, but Ciampa reaches the ropes and rolls to the outside. He gets back into the ring and in a fireman's carry by Julius and Brutus is tagged in. Ciampa to the ropes. Gargano tags himself in, and they double team Brutus, and he rolls to the outside of the ring. Ciampa and Gargano jump over the top rope onto the Creed brothers. So we go to commercial break. Back from commercial, Ciampa and Brutus are in the ring, and Brutus throws Ciampa across the ring. Brutus rolls Ciampa up. Gargano runs towards Brutus, but Brutus with a Northern Light suplex cover, but both men kick out. Julius is tagged into the ring, and he gets Ciampa into the vertical suplex. Brutus and Gargano get in the ring, and Brutus with a vertical suplex. The Creed brothers with standing moonsaults. Julius goes for the cover, but Ciampa kicks out. Brutus is tagged in, and they go for the Brutus ball, but Gargano pulls Ciampa down. All four men fight in the ring, and Brutus hits Gargano with a running knee, and Gargano falls to the outside. Julius pushes Ciampa over the announcer table on the outside, so we go to commercial break. Back from commercial, Ciampa and Julius are in the ring, and Ciampa with a reverse DDT, and Gargano is tagging a flying boot to the face onto Julius. Brutus gets in the ring, and Gargano with a running knee to the face. Gargano on the ring apron and a kick to the side of the head onto Julius. A slingshot spear by Gargano. He goes for the cover, but Julius kicks out. A chop to the chest by Gargano, and he placed Julius on the top rope. Ciampa is tagging Gargano with a suicide dive onto Brutus. Ciampa climbs the second rope, and he gets Julius on his shoulders, and he hits him with white noise. Ciampa goes for the cover, but Julius kicks out. Ciampa with chops to the chest by Julius with right hands. Both men exchange right hands, but Julius with a spear, and he gets an ankle lock onto Ciampa. Gargano gets in the ring, but Julius hits him with a power bomb. Julius gets Ciampa back into the ankle lock, and Brutus gets Gargano in the ankle lock, but DIY reverses them into crossface. The Creed brothers get out them and get DIY on their shoulders and throw Ciampa into Gargano in the air. Brutus is tagging Julius with a moonsault onto Ciampa, and Brutus with a moonsault. He goes for the cover, but Ciampa gets out. Julius picks Ciampa up, and Brutus climbs the top rope. He jumps Ciampa, ducks Gargano with kick onto Brutus. Ciampa rolls Brutus up and gets the pin. The winner of the match, DIY. This was a very good tag team match. We cut backstage, and Dominic, along with Rhea Ripley, are with Andrade. Dominic tells Andrade he likes his style, but things have changed. Rhea tells him the Judgment Day is in exclusive club. JD tells him very exclusive. Finn Balor, Andrade, he heard he has a match next week and he will be watching. Andrade turns around and and steps Damian Priest, who calls Andrade idiot. And Andrade calls him Dean or Dean Norio and leaves. Damian Priest tells JD they thought he was going to handle Ricochet and go to WrestleMania, but he didn't. JD tells them to be better Ricochet, and he got lucky. Ruby tells JD that he was made to look like a fool, and is why Dominic will make things right against Ricochet. Dominic tells JD to go with him to talk to out of prison and make the match official. Did you see Finn Balor's outfit? It looks just like Finn Balor's outfit looks like Dan G from Def Jam Fight for New York and Def Jam Vendetta. His outfit itself with the hat. I doubt that part was funny. I was laughing at Finn Balor's outfit. But okay, let me continue. Commercial break. A graphic showing Nang, Bull Nakano, US Express, Paul Heyman, Thunderbolt, Patterson, and Muhammad Ali as the 2024 Hall of Fame inductees is shown. Indy Hartwell and Candice LeRae versus Katana Chance and Kaden Carter. This was a squash tag team match. The bell rings. We are underway. Earlier on, Katana Chance is in the ring with Indy Hartwell, and Katana Chance lands on her feet and appears to tweak her ankle. The referee breaks it up and checks on her in the corner. Kaden Carter checks on her on the outside of the ring. Candice tags herself in and baseball slides Kaden Carter on the outside. She grabs Katana Chan's leg and slams it into the ring post. But she gets Katana Chance into a half crab, and Katana Chance taps out. The winner of the match, Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell. This tag team match was squash, but I can sense that Candice LeRae is turning heel. And that's all I gotta say. But that was a squash tag team match. A video of The Rock singing on SmackDown insulting Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins airs. Okay, let's continue. Commercial break. Back from commercial, Cody Rhodes music hits and out comes Cody Rhodes to the ring. He says WrestleMania 40 he will challenge for the WWE Undisputed Universal Championship against the greatest champion of all of sports, the Tribal Chief Roman Reigns. Cody Rhodes says no. Says on Friday he and Roman Reigns will have a conversation, but there are compla complications, factors, elements, combustible elements, namely the Rock. Cody Rhodes says the Rock took took to Instagram and followed it with a Rock concert last week. He said something he took from his Instagram post. The Rock referred to himself as our favorite heel. That means he is the bad guy. He has known some heels. Bobby Heaton, R. Anderson, the Nature Boy Ric Flair was a heel. He says he doesn't think The Rock is a heel. He thinks he's a you know what, and he doesn't want The Rock or the Seven Bucks team to get angry. The Rock told him not to cry, but The Rock has been crying behind the scenes this whole time. Once they started changing something else, The Rock went and cried to his friends at the TKO board, telling them that WWE needs needed saving, a great PR for The Rock until it wasn't. He says the guy at TKO told him yes, and the reason why is because they are and they are yes people. They didn't tell him like it is, but he will. He says The Rock is a lot of wonderful things. The Birmingham Bull, the great one. He is the only person he will get in the ring with, and says he is the Mount Rushmore wrestler, but he is the whiny you know what. He says no one is bigger than the business. He brought up his mother, but Cody knows the Rock's mom. He says the Rock's mom is a wonderful lady and he has nothing but respect for her. The Rock was talking about whipping him and handing it to his mother. And normally she would tremble tremble in front of someone like The Rock, but he is not scared of him. This is the same lady that beat up an undercover cop with a white with Willie Nelson concert. Okay. He says Seth Rollins helped carry The Rock's company. He talks about the tag team match at WrestleMania 40 and says he doesn't know if it will be fair fight. and he doesn't know if he will finish the story. But what does The Rock know? How can he be so sure? The Rock has not been in the ring in years, and on April 6th, the bell will ring. He is going to bring the great one, or is it just going to be the little you know what syndrome? The Rock calls himself the final boss, but at WrestleMania 40, he doesn't think he will be the final boss. He is just going to be Roman Reigns' side chick. Where Paul Heyman is saying, "Ladies and gentlemen," and now he comes. He tells Cody Rhodes that Cody Rhodes must hate it when someone comes out and demands an apology. He says he came out a few weeks ago with friends from the NYPD and he apologized for that. That that was stupid on his behalf because the plan didn't work and it was just dumb. And for that he apologized. For him and starts to get in the ring and Cody Rhodes tells him he didn't ask for an apology, and he knows Paul Heyman will ask for permission to get in the ring. But Paul Heyman is a Hall of Famer. If he wants to get in the ring, be his guest. Paul Heyman thanks Cody Rhodes, and he is fine on the ring apron. He says he's carried with him a message from Roman Reigns. He can't think of Paul Heyman as someone that cannot cannot trust, but Roman Reigns is someone of his word. This Friday on SmackDown, Roman Reigns will go face to face with Cody Rhodes, challenger and champion. And when they go face to face, there will not be a single other member of the Bloodlines inside except for him, and he is no physical threat. But Cody Rhodes has Roman Reigns' word. If Cody Rhodes shows up on SmackDown, Roman Reigns will show up alone, which is cap. He's gonna have the bloodline with him. Anyway, let me continue. Cody Rhodes tells Paul Heyman that Roman Reigns shows up alone, no bloodline except for Paul Heyman, and that is the deal. Paul Heyman says he's forgotten one little critical point. The fans boo Paul Heyman. Cody Rhodes tells him they are booing him, but he is about to rip his throat out and get to the point. Paul Heyman tells him if Roman Reigns shows up alone on SmackDown, Cody Rhodes must show up to SmackDown alone too. Cody Rhodes walks towards Paul Heyman and says deal. He extended his hand and they shake. Cody Rhodes music hits and Paul Heyman walks down to the ring steps. This segment was good. I enjoyed the segment. Anyway, let's continue. Nia Jax cuts a promo talking about how she will be the last woman standing and take back the next spot at WrestleMania 40. Okay, let's move on. Commercial break. Back from commercial, and Cody is walking backstage, stopped by Jey Uso. He tells Cody Rhodes that he knows he isn't going to SmackDown alone. Cody Rhodes says he gave him his word. Jey Uso says he knows how the bloodline works, and if he needs him, he has his back. They shake, and Jey Uso walks away. Okay, so we get Dominic Mysterio accompanied by Jetty Madonna versus Ricochet. And this match right here, this was a quick match. The bell rings, we are underway. Dominic with right hand, but Ricochet with right hand and a chop to the chest. Ricochet with a springboard elbow onto Dominic, and Dominic rolls to the outside. Ricochet with a corkscrew splash onto Dominic on the outside of the ring. He grabs Dominic and throws him back into the ring. Dominic distracts the referee, and JD grabs Ricochet, who is on the ring apron, and Dominic drop kicks him down. So we go to commercial break. Back from commercial, Dominic with a facebuster. He goes for the cover, but Ricochet kicks out. He goes for the Three Amigos. He lands the first suplex, but Ricochet hits him with a suplex. A boot to the face by Ricochet. He goes for the cover, but Dominic kicks out. Ricochet with a big kick to the face. He climbs the top rope and goes for the 450. Dominic moves out of the way. Ricochet lands on his feet and he kicks out. Dominic kicks Dominic down. Madonna gets on the ring apron, but Ricochet kicks him down. Dominic Mysterio traps Ricochet up onto the second rope. He goes for the 619, but Ricochet moves out of the way and hits Dominic Mysterio with the recall. He goes for the cover and gets the pin. The winner of the match, Ricochet. And I can see Dominic Mysterio being kicked out of the Judgment Day soon. That's all I gotta say. JD Madonna gets in the ring after the match and runs towards Ricochet, but Ricochet leaves the ring. Sami Zayn is shown walking backstage. He bumps into Chad Gable. He tells Chad Gable last week's match was an honor and he hasn't been pushed like that for a long time. Gable cuts him off and says it was great. Sami Zayn asks him if he is fine, and Gable says he is fine. Sami Zayn says he's known him for a long time and to say what is on his mind. Gable tells him last week meant more for him. Sami Zayn says Gable has been saying that for weeks and it's unfair. He has a family at home too. His kid cries when he loses too. He has people he tries to make proud too. He asks Gable what is this all about, and Gable tells Sami that Sami Zayn cannot beat Gunther, and he walks away. Sami Zayn can beat Gunther just like Chad Gable can beat Gunther. So I know we're going to see a triple threat match for the Intercontinental Championship. It's going to be out of nowhere. But let me continue. So we go to commercial break. Adam Pearce is standing in the ring for the Intercontinental Championship contract signing. A table of two chairs are in the ring, and out comes Sami Zayn to the ring. Sami Zayn shakes Adam Pearce's hand, and he insists on one of the chairs. Excuse me. Adam Pearce introduced Gunther, the ring general. Gunther placed the Intercontinental Championship on the table and remains standing. Gunther tells him before they proceed, this is the most prestigious contract signing in history, and Sami Zayn is dressed like one of the bombs in the audience. Sami Zayn tells Gunther his smug smile is starting to piss him off. He tells Gunther that Gunther has beaten everyone that has come across his way, and Gunther doesn't believe Sami Zayn can do it. A lot of people didn't believe a lot of things about him. He taught, and the Usos didn't believe he would be the bad guy to end the longest tag team title reign of all time. And 1 year later, he will be the guy to end the longest reign in the Continental title reign of all time. Sami Zayn signs the contract, and the fans chant Sami Zayn. Gunther tells Sami Zayn that he should listen to his new friend Chad Gable, but he didn't believe that he can beat him. The fans cheer Sami Zayn, but they don't believe he can beat Gunther. And when he looks at Sami Zayn, even Sami Zayn doesn't believe he can beat him. Gunther tells Sami Zayn that he is standing at his doorstep, begging him to get a beating at the greatest stage of them all. He says at WrestleMania 40, his dream will meet reality. Gunther signs the contract and stands up. As he is leaving the ring, Sami Zayn tells him to wait. He tells Gunther that Gunther thinks he doesn't believe he can beat him. Sami Zayn gets in his face and he tells him to look again because he is looking at the man who will take him down at WrestleMania 40. Sami Zayn music plays and he heads to the back with the camera following him. He he walks through DIY, The Miz, and R-Truth. Miz says that is the mindset they need to be in. In comes Ginger Mahal in this year. R-Truth tells Miz he feels sorry for whoever has to fight them. One of them was Harry. That was just cringe. And also, Gunther is an animal in that ring. Gunther is the longest reigning Intercontinental Championship. Gunther can go in the ring, and he's an animal in that ring, and that's all I gotta say. That was a good segment. That was a good segment between Gunther and Sami Zayn for the contract signing for WrestleMania 4. That I enjoyed that segment. Let's move on. Commercial break. Winner goes to WrestleMania R-Truth and The Miz versus End this year, accompanied by Jinder Mahal. This was another squash tag team match. R-Truth and Sagna start the match. Sagna flexes on R-Truth, tags The Miz in. Miz with left hands, but Sagna with an elbow to the face. He picks Miz up and Veer is tagged in. He slams Miz and Veer with a jumping elbow. Veer grabs the Miz, throws him in the corner. Miz with boots to the face. He makes the tag and then comes R-Truth. A shoulder tackle onto Veer and he slams Veer down. R-Truth does You Can't See Me and lands a five knuckle shuffle. A drop toe hold and the STF by R-Truth. Sagna breaks it up. But in comes the Miz, a double drop kick onto Sagna. Miz with the Miz with the skull crushing finale. Sagna throws Miz to the outside of Miz and grabs Sagna and hits R-Truth with a back elbow. R-Truth falls backwards onto Veer. He goes for the cover and gets the pin. The winner of the match, R-Truth and the Miz. This was a squash tag team match. Okay, commercial break. Sami Zayn is backstage and he bumps into Chad Gable. He asks Gable why he thinks he can't beat Gunther. Gable tells him it's not just physical. He's mental. Sami Zayn has that, but Gunther is on a different level. There is no window of opportunities with Gunther. He is a different beast, a different animal. If Sami Zayn doesn't change his mentality, he can't beat him. Chad Gable walks away, and we cut to Pat McAfee and Michael Cole. And Gunther is on another level, and he is an animal in that ring. And that's all I gotta say. Anyway, let me continue. They talk about CM Punk's recovery in a video package of Punk working out and recovering errors. Drew McIntyre music hits and now he comes to the ring. Drew Drew is halfway towards the ring and Seth Rollins music hits and now he comes dancing. Drew McIntyre stops in his tracks and Seth Rollins walks to the ring ahead of him. It's a W outfit by Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins has on a W outfit. You know what I'm saying? A W outfit for Seth Rollins. It was just black and green. That's all I gotta say. But anyway, let me continue. Seth is in the ring dancing, and Drew slowly gets in the ring. Drew stands in the corner. Seth looks at him, and the fans sang Seth's song. Seth welcomes everyone to Monday Night Raws. He tells Drew that he is sorry he didn't even see him. He was too busy soaking up the spotlight. Drew McIntyre tells Seth Rollins, here we go, and to get it out of his system. Drew tells him after WrestleMania 40 the spotlight is all his. Seth Rollins says he doesn't like Drew. He thinks he's stupid, but he came out to admit one thing that Drew said, which is correct. Seth says they always says the first step on the road to recovery is the hardest. He asks them to bear with him. Seth Rollins raised his hand and says, "My name is Seth freaking Rollins, and I'm the Spotlight Junkie." The fans chant Spotlight Junkie, and Drew says everything is just a joke to Seth. He tells Seth he has become a parody of himself, but he doesn't care. He tries to reason with him. He he just cares about their match at Wrestle at he just cares about their match and the world title. The punchline is when he beats him for the title at WrestleMania 40. The fans chant CM Punk, and Drew McIntyre tells them CM Punk will be there next week. He will never show up, and while they, and while the fans boo and Drew McIntyre tells CM Punk they are booing him. Seth Rollins and Seth Rollins cuts Drew McIntyre off. He says this is not a joke when he says was he said he was a spotlight junkie. It was not a joke. He has been doing this for 20 years, just like him. And I'm sorry, and when he comes through that curtain, that is that is his fix, and gets it, and it gets better every time. When he comes down, he lays it all on the line and it down. He and lays it. He says he lays it all on the line and it gets better every single time. When the fans sings his song, that's his fix, and he wants the spotlight as bright as it can be. He tells Drew McIntyre he knows he has been busy online night on at WrestleMania 40. He will take the biggest star to Hollywood, and his side, you know what, on night two. The biggest light, the biggest light possible will be shining down on them, and he in the World Heavyweight Championship. Okay, Drew McIntyre says, "All hell, all savior." He says that is what he wants. He wants the passion he had him all the way to the finish. To the finish, he did it for 20 years. They gave their lives to his business. The title is the workhorse championship, and he had him until he mentioned The Rock. He asked why The Rock has to be the reason they are getting the spotlight and not because of them. All he cares about is Seth make it to WrestleMania 40. If Seth Rollins can't walk, he will carry him down. He is going to get the moment he has earned. Seth Rollins tells Drew McIntyre, there it is. Drew McIntyre wants to call him a spotlight junkie, but Drew McIntyre wants it just as bad as he does. He's an addicted too, and he has been beginning for the last 4 years. Because of 2020, he won the WrestleMania main event in an empty warehouse. And they kept hearing about how they wasn't good enough, how he deserves better or more. But when everyone came back, Drew fumbled the ball, and that is the difference between them. When the lights are the brightest, Seth Rollins shines, and at WrestleMania 40, the light will be as bright as they have ever been. And Drew is going to find out he is not as good as he thinks he is. Seth drops the microphone and he leaves the ring. That was okay segment. So I gotta so that segment was just okay for what it was. So we go to commercial break. The New Day versus Otis and Akira Tozawa. And this tag team match, this was decent tag team match. The bell rings and we are underway. Xavier Woods and Otis start the match. Otis with a shoulder tackle. Tozawa is tagging, but Xavier Woods with a kick. And armbar by Xavier Woods and Kofi is tagged in. Tozawa with a kick onto Woods and Kofi. Tozawa with the Hurricane Rana and Kofi to the outside. Tozawa to the ropes and a suicide dive onto the New Day. Commercial break. Back from commercial, Otis and Kofi are tagging. Otis with the clothesline onto Woods, who gets in the ring. Kofi jumps off the second rope, but Otis catches him and slams him. Otis with the caterpillar elbow. He goes for the cover, but Kofi kicks out. Otis climbs the second rope. Tozawa is tagged in. Otis goes for the splash, but Kofi moves out of the way. Tozawa with a crossbody onto Kofi. He goes for the cover, but Kofi kicks out. Xavier Woods is tagging and he hits him with a tornado DDT. He goes for the cover, but Tozawa kicks out. Xavier climbs the second rope, but Tozawa with their right hands. Tozawa climbs the top rope. He goes for a superplex, but Xavier blocks it. Xavier with right hands. Xavier gets Tozawa on his shoulders, but Tozawa reverses into a hurricanrana. Tozawa climbs the ropes and he hits him with a senton. He goes for the cover, but Kofi breaks it up. Otis grabs Kofi to the outside, but Kofi hits him with a DDT. Kofi onto the ring apron. Cesaro with a kick. Goes for a hurricanrana on Woods, but he catches Woods with a sit down powerbomb. Xavier Woods climbs the top rope. He walks to the ropes and he hits Akira Tozawa with an elbow drop. He goes for the cover and gets the pin. The winner of the match, the New Day. This was a decent tag team match. Okay, let's move on. Commercial break. Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins are backstage. Seth looks at Cody Rhodes and he says 1-on-1, and Cody Rhodes tells him 1-on-1 and walks away. Okay, so we get the last woman standing match: Becky Lynch versus Nia Jax, and this match was, I'm also supposed to say this match was fine for what it was. It was just a fine match. You know what I'm saying? The bell rings, we are underway. Becky with a drop kick. She climbed the top rope and hits Nia Jax with another drop kick, and Nia Jax falls to the outside. Becky Lynch with a baseball slide followed by a forearm to the face. Becky Lynch goes for another forearm, but Nia Jax moves out of the way. She gets Becky Lynch on her shoulders and slams her into the ring. Post and barricade. The referee begins to count Becky Lynch down, but she gets to her feet. So we go to commercial break. Back from commercial, Becky Lynch grabs a tableau from under the ring, but Nia Jax hits her from behind and throws her on into the ring. Nia Jax begins to place the table and at ringside, but the table breaks. Nia Jax throws steel chairs into the ring. She gets into the ring, and Becky Lynch hits her with a steel chair. She goes for the manhandle slam, but Nia Jax with an elbow to the face. Nia Jax with a Samoan drop onto the steel chair. The referee begins to count, but Becky Lynch gets to her feet at 7. Nia Jax lifts Becky Lynch up, but Becky Lynch with a sleeper, and she hits Nia Jax with a running bulldog onto a steel chair. The referee begins to count, but Nia Jax gets up at 8. Becky Lynch climbs the top rope and jumps, but Nia Jax hits her with a steel chair. She hits Becky Lynch with a steel chair across the back. Nia Jax grabs candlesticks from under the ring and throws them in the ring. She hits Becky Lynch with one across the back. Nia Jax body slams Becky Lynch onto the steel chair, and she hits her with a leg drop. Nia Jax hits Becky Lynch with a chair. She places a chair on the top of Becky Lynch and sits on the chair. Becky Lynch grabs a kendo stick and hits Nia Jax with it from the behind, and Nia Jax falls to the outside. Nia Jax grabs a steel chair, still steps, and hits Becky Lynch with it across the face. She placed Becky Lynch on the ring apron and goes for the leg drop, but Becky Lynch moves out of the way. Becky Lynch grabs Nia Jax and hits her with a DDT on the steel steps. The referee counts 2-7, but she gets to her feet. Becky Lynch grabs a table from under the ring. So we go to commercial break. Back from commercial, Nia Jax places Becky on the table. She begins to ladder at climbs a ladder that is at ringside. But Becky Lynch grabs a fire extinguisher and blows the smoke into Nia Jax. She gets in the ring, and there is a table placed in the corner. Becky Lynch runs towards Nia Jax, but Nia Jax catches her and hits her with a Samoan drop through the table. Nia Jax drags Becky Lynch and places her in the corner, and she hits her with a annihilator. The referee counts to 9, but Becky Lynch rolls to the outside and lands on her feet. Nia Jax grabs Becky Lynch and places her on her shoulders and gets on the ring apron. Becky Lynch with elbow, both of them stand on the ring apron, and Becky Lynch hits Nia Jax with a manhandle slam through the table on the outside of the ring. The referee counts to 9, but Nia Jax gets to her feet. Becky Lynch climbed the ladder with Nia Jax, stumbling onto the announcer table, and Becky Lynch hits her with a leg drop. through the announcer table. The referee counts to 9, and Becky Lynch gets to her feet. The referee counts to 10, and Nia Jax is still down. The winner of the match, Becky Lynch. This main event was, I might as well say, it was just all right for what it was. It's just all right for what it was. But I'm glad Nia Jax is not going to WrestleMania 40. Thank God. All right, let me continue. Rhea Ripley music hits, and now she comes. Becky Lynch and Rhea Ripley go face to face, and Raw goes off the air. Okay, and that's all I gotta say. Monday Night Raw was a boring show, and I give it a 3 out of 10. If you guys enjoyed my WWE Raw review and highlights, please hit that like button, subscribe to my channel for more wrestling content, follow my socials down below in the description, and I will see you guys tomorrow for my WWE NXT review and highlights. But make sure you guys follow my socials down below in the description. I will see you guys tomorrow for my WWE NXT review and highlights. I want you guys to have a great night. Stay safe and always stay positive. Kept you crew, kept you kings, kept you club. Too sweet. I'm out of here. Gang. Bang. Gang.